Hi everyone, my name is Nera and I'm Reiki and Kundalini Master and NLP coach. And today we're joining with Kim, who is like social media for yogapreneurs. And we're going to talk about mindset. We're going to talk about a lot of things you can do, start to using today and change the aspect of your creation, manifestation, and stuffs like that. So, hi Kim, how are you today?
Hi, Nera. I am so excited to be here and we get to talk again once more because I really enjoyed our first talk, which was in an IG live in my account. And now we're doing a whole nother series to talk deeper about the mindset and everything in it. So, yeah, I'm excited to get started.
Yeah, me too. So we can talk about little tips, what we can do on our daily basis to expand our mindset or make him stronger or more positive. So what would be like the main tips you would give to someone or clients of yours or to your friend or even to me if I ask you what I can do about myself today so I be, more powerful in my mindset? What are the actions or some advices if you want to share, please?
Yeah, so the mindset is a really powerful thing. Everything starts from the mind. So our actions, our habits, and our overall life, um, it stems from our thoughts. So we have like 60,000 or more thoughts in a day. So we can't control
Yes.
every single thought that comes into our mind. So but it's really important that we try our best to create that mindset that is a growth mindset, a positive mindset, in order to be able to face the different challenges that comes our way, especially during this 2020 year 2020, where everything is like everything external seems so um, hectic, so chaotic, with COVID, with everything
Yes.
that's happening
True.
around us. It's really important that we have this mindset that we aren't the victims of what's happening on our outside world, but we're using these different challenges as a way for us to grow and for us
Mhm.
to be better people. So instead of thinking that life is happening to me, we should think instead that life is happening for me. So instead of thinking that, oh no, COVID's happening, like I lost my job, this is happening, that's happening, life is happening to me, all of these different challenges are happening to me. Instead, shift your mindset that all of these challenges are happening for me to be able to grow, for me to be able to be a stronger person, to learn from and to develop and become a better person, a better version of yourself. And by shifting that mindset, you become one step closer to being your best version of yourself, because every single challenge that you face along the way, you use it as a stepping stone to become a better version of yourself by learning from it instead of being the victim. So
Yeah.
that's one thing that I learned during this whole pandemic, that you can't
Mhm.
just stay down and be the victim, or else you're
Yeah.
just going to be there. So it's important to have that growth mindset. Yeah. So
Thank
what about you? What have
you.
you learned?
Yeah, I totally agree. How to get yourself away from this victim mentality, as I would say, and start to look. Oh no, what is this happening? Why me? What is the lesson? Because sometimes I do have a clients who are just are in 5 years difference, before they start to work with me. And they're telling me every 2 year or 5 years or couple of months, no matter what they do, no matter where they're surrounded, somehow the universe is always like doing him the similar situations because probably they haven't learned some kind of a lesson or break some kind of pattern or a belief, because maybe they didn't stop until then and ask themselves, why is this happening to me? Maybe I need to relearn my value, that I am valued person, that I want to receive or give more or something like that. So yeah, I totally agree that this is a perfect way to find out and start to work on ourselves and mindset and ask ourselves, why is this happening to me? Especially if some kind of situation is like repetitive to you in your life all the time, because there is something that you must like break into in your mind. And how are you going to do it? If you work on that, because our unconscious mind is just running our life all the time. And as you said, there is like, it's covered with 60,000 thoughts per day per person, and it's hard, to have all of these thoughts and unconscious mind, conscious all the time. That's why we have this unconscious mind, and sometimes these lessons are going to come like that into patterns in our life, repetitive, so we can stop and ask ourselves what I can do. So what you can do, you can really just start to uh, view life from a different perspective, because strong mind people don't stop, don't sit down, don't cry on the ground. They ask themselves what I can, basically do to change these situations, what tools I do have, what have I learned from this lesson, why is it valuable for me, how I can, like, expand my mindset more, how I can see the solutions. Yeah, I love that. And the great thing for me is in your group on Facebook. I've asked the other day, what are the proven formulas for you to manifest things? And you said that visualization is a great part. I also adore visualization, not only for healing our past, only and two, for creating our future. So that is also in our mindset. If we can be like actively creative visualization in our mind and put ourselves in a feeling, how it's going to be when I'm going to achieve that, what is going to be the feeling, and feel that, much more so many things are going to be like going that way. So yes, I would also say that about
Yeah,
that.
visualization is really powerful because it says in different studies that your subconscious mind doesn't know the
Yeah, the
difference
difference.
between like a dream or a reality and what your mind is thinking, like a
Yeah.
thought. So if you keep on thinking of this specific goal that you are trying to achieve, and
Hmm.
really feeling that feeling that you've already achieved that goal, that um,
Yeah.
what you feel during when you're able to achieve it, when you keep on visualizing that, your subconscious mind already thinks that you already have achieved it, and so it transfers into your conscious mind, and you then take the steps that are needed in order to achieve that goal. So
Hmm.
another tip for visualization is creating a visualization board.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
visualization
so
board.
yeah, it can be like cut out pictures of your dream house or your dream business. And so when you see it there on the board every day, or like inspirational quotes about that can really help you drive you every single day and make you motivated. So when you see something, it's easier for you to be more motivated
Yeah.
as compared to just it just being in your head. So that's
Yes,
why
yes,
it's so
yes, because
important.
when we have this like 60,000 thoughts or 55 to 90,000 thoughts a day, they're not focused mainly. A lot of these things that we think about are never going to happen. When we are waiting on the, I don't know, in a line in a post office or somewhere, our mind is running, the thoughts, and half of these thoughts we don't even remember later. So when we have this vision board, we know we are putting our mindset in that goal. We're putting there, we know why are we doing that, why we want something. So it's easier to achieve because we extract these thoughts and put them where they want to be. So focus in a mindset like is a very powerful and very needed thing. If you want to have powerful and great mindset, you also have to have focus. And these things as a visualization, it's a great practice of a focus. And a vision board, it's a great practice of a focus. So it's not all the time your mind are, somewhere you don't even know what you think about, and the, whole week is gone. So yeah, and I would also wanted to recommend to a lot of people who are just not believing quite in law of attraction or vision boards or something. Just look around the people who are using these tools. Are they achieving stuff or they're not achieving? Because if they're achieving stuff on these proven ways, they're formulas for your quality mindset, for your success. So don't be afraid to listen part of this, tips that are, people telling you, because they're not lying you. They're telling you from your experience, from their client experiences, from the scientific even point of view today. So we're giving the valuable tips from even our experiences, because we have to focus, we have to experience that thing in our life. Because if when we weren't focused, when we were kids, nothing was like, we had everything and nothing, and we were grateful about everything and stuffs like that, and happy about it, and everything. But when we wanted something, we needed to focus. But when we were kids, nobody tell us you need to focus on that, work on that, until we start to, a little bit growing and understand the power of mind, and putting minds into something that we want is actually what's going to take us there. Especially when we, as you said, invoke the feeling of something during the visualization. That is something very powerful. Feeling with a, a certain thought, it's, and action, and that is like proven way to manifest things in a life.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned the action, because in partnership, I always believe that in partnership with the law of attraction is the law of action, because you can't just keep manifesting, just keep thinking and visualizing without doing the steps that you need in order to achieve your goal. It's like I always say, when a perfect example would be the lottery ticket. If you want to win the lottery, you keep manifesting, you keep thinking that, and praying and thinking and praying to the universe that you would win the lottery, but you never even put in your ticket. So how in the
Yeah.
world are you ever going to win without even doing that one first action that you need?
Yes.
It's the same with life. Like, if you want to have a successful business, if that's the goal that you're trying to reach, you have to, it's good to be manifesting, to having that visualization board and seeing every single day what you need, what you want to achieve for your business. But if you're not doing the steps that you need every single day, showing up for your business, doing the content, reaching out, exposing yourself, and so on and so forth, you won't be able to reach those goals. So these two always come hand in hand. So I think there's a lot of people who also think that visualization and the law of attraction is kind of woo woo and some out there, and they don't believe in it. Maybe it's because they don't see the balance of having the law of attraction and the law of action hand in hand in order to achieve your goals. So these two are really important to come hand in hand.
Yeah, I also say to my clients, not about the type with a lottery ticket, but I also say something like them. If you want a coffee, you have to do some action. You have to go and put some water to boil, and then, make yourself a coffee. Or you have to order that coffee. So you have to dial your phone, or send a message that somebody brings you coffee. So some kind of action you do when you want to, like, have a lunch, when you want to put a dress on yourself or makeup on yourself, or you're going to do makeup for yourself, or you have someone who's doing your makeup. But some action has got to be in that. And as you said, yeah, in a mindset, also it's all about a communication with ourselves and with others. There are a lot of people, my clients that I have, who were like having this silent treatment for other people to punish them or for themselves. This is not a growth. Nobody is actually reading someone's mind. So if you don't tell if I don't tell you someone, if I don't tell you, hi Kim, in the morning, you're not gonna like know that I wish you a good morning. Or if I said, don't talk to me today, I'm not in the good mood, you're not gonna know. So this is why silent treatment, it's not okay for a strong mindset. The communication is something that's going to reveal everything that you need. That's why we have words, that's why we have expressions, we can move and talk, and that's why we need to, like, express ourselves and have this art of communication with our co-workers, family members, and colleagues, or even, as you said, as business owners, with our audience. So you have to, like, always and constantly be in this active, also talkative mood, and not to be, silent or something like that. So this is also a big stuff for having a good mindset, to develop art of communication, to understand that is also one basic things to, achieve things.
Yeah, I love that, what you mentioned about the silent treatment. I know silence can be a very powerful tool, like when you're giving a speech, when you pause in certain
Yes.
parts of your speech, that's really powerful, because if you like ask a question and you pause after that question, your audience has those few seconds to really think about the message that you're sending them. But it's different when you use it for the silent treatment, like you mentioned. So, for example, in a partnership, if you're upset with your partner or your business partner or any relationship that you have, and you just turn silent, they won't be able to read your mind, and it's not really going to help anyone in any party if you're just silent. It's good to like step back for a few days, for a few moments, a few hours, if like you're in the heat of the moment.
Like anger would be like the main I don't know, mood that you're gonna like
so if you're in the heat
yeah.
of the moment, if you're like having a heated discussion, it's okay to step back and just be silent for a moment, cool down, and think of your thoughts before you talk. But remaining silent and not communicating what you think, what you feel, what you want to happen is not going to help anyone. And I myself admit that I have been in that type of fixed mindset of being silent whenever I'm upset with someone. I just go silent. I don't talk to them and just think that they're gonna know that I'm upset and magically understand why I'm upset. And it's a process in order to really grow that, develop that growth mindset and know that, okay, this other person didn't really understand why I became upset with him or her. I have to communicate it properly and not just be silent and give them the silent treatment, because it's not going to help anyone. It's just like a spoiled brat.
Kim, for me the sound went 0. I don't hear you a thing.
Okay. How
Say
about now?
something. I'm sorry, but I don't hear you a thing.
How about now?
Okay, now it's okay.
Okay, that was weird.
Yeah, that was weird. Like you were talking and I thought maybe 1 or 2 words are gonna disappear or something. But no, there was whole sentence and then the second, okay, no, why has this happened? Yeah, I'm sorry.
I think it was my internet. There was a message that it was a bit unstable.
That it like went down a bit.
I think it's good now.
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah. I'm sorry to interrupt you. So can you repeat so we will like
okay, I could repeat it for the silent treatment part. All right. So so the silent treatment, I would admit that I also had a time in my life when I was a bit younger that my mindset wasn't still in the growth mindset. So whenever I would be upset with someone, I would just be silent and not talk to them, not communicate with them, and just think that they can magically understand why I was upset and why I'm being silent to them. And it took me a few years in order to understand that this doesn't work. You have to constantly communicate with the other person in order to fix whatever is happening between you guys, between the two of you, instead of just being silent. So like you mentioned, strong people don't treat people with the silent treatment because they just think that they would magically understand.
Done. I mean, yes, if you're like angry or no, that would like you could say some ugly words that won't mean anything for day 2 or something because you're just like that mood. Yes, you can stop, you can rethink, you can calm yourself down, center yourself again, and then talk. Because what happened to my clients is just a lot of women were like treating their partners with this silent treatment. And what happens that they took back their energy in their own bubble, and they had this like silent treatment. And what happens is they start to overthink why this the other side doesn't have some kind of action or reaction or this certain way of developing this situation, and the other side doesn't know how to react, what to put out there, how to approach. So the communication, it's a really big strong thing in our mindset between all of others and with also with us in a mindset, because we have this part, as we all know, it's a self-talk, and that self-talk can be like a great powerful booster for all of us, or it can just be something that is gonna like put us down all the time. So we can say for something, when we do a mistake, oh, I did a mistake, I'm going to learn how to fix this in the most greater and powerful and fantastic way. Or we have another type of a person who's going to say, oh gosh, I'm so dumb. So there is a big difference into communication, our mind with ourselves, with our energy, and with our body. So in the mindset is also very important, this self-talk part area. And I will always remember how you said about this Mickey Mouse self-talk voice that is like, I think I've said it for a couple of people, you know, when you hear it, something, just put it, la, 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 and this Mickey Mouse voice won't sound so serious to you. It won't stop you from doing anything because it's not actually anything. It's just your limited perception of something you should or shouldn't do in your
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
Yeah, and we can be our harshest critic. So you wouldn't
Mhm.
talk to a good friend the way you talk to yourself. So if you find yourself talking badly to yourself
Mhm.
or have thoughts that are not as kind, think of it as how you would treat your friend or how would you treat your family member. Would you talk to
Yeah,
them
that's a
that
great
way?
point.
Yeah, would you talk to them the way that you're talking to yourself? If you
Mhm.
wouldn't, then don't do it to yourself as well. So it's really weird why we are our own harshest critics and talk to ourselves that way when we don't even do it to our own family members or our loved ones.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes people can be really, really hard on themselves in that area, especially in the self-talk. You know, when somebody's like that somebody came to you, or if in the past somebody came to you and said something degrading for your, I don't know, mind, body, or spirit, or insulted you, or make something hard on you, or you felt like not good, you felt down, you didn't know what to do. And exactly self-talk of our self-talk is doing that to us. It doesn't really matter if we're doing this to ourselves, being judgmental and stop ourselves or insulting ourselves on a some daily basis, or if somebody else is giving this feeling to us, because mind also doesn't understand the difference. Feeling is feeling, and if we feel like bad because of something, we can also feel bad because of this self-talk. So also remember, we don't like to be treated from other people disrespectful or with some kind of not good manners for us. So always remember, when you do the self-talk and when you're like not being good to yourself, it's also going to thank you very much. There was a coffee for me. Thank you. And thank you so much. And in this self-talk, you don't also want to be hard on yourself, because mind listens. Your cells are listening, and it doesn't matter if somebody else is trying to give you, not good vibrating feeling, or you are the one who is giving that feeling to yourself on a daily basis with something like, I'm so dumb, or nobody likes me, or I'm a bad person, or I won't achieve that thing. So yeah, the mind and body also remembers it, like somebody else came to you and said, oh, you're never going to achieve anything. So yeah, also have that in mind, that our mind is like listening to us constantly. And if we really talk to ourselves like that, it's going to be like like not so good thing. Oh, hi. It's my dog.
Your
My
dog,
dog and my
yeah,
cat.
it's so
Like
cute.
everybody, even my dog and my cat want to learn about the mindset. It's a good topic.
I love it. What's his name?
Her name is Lori,
Her name.
and Lori, yeah, and my cat name is Rio. So yeah,
So
and
cute.
you want to learn about mindset.
I love it. Yeah, so you were mentioning about the mindset being talking kindly to yourself is a part of self-care. I'd love to know more about your self-care routine and the steps
Mhm.
that people can take in order to continuously practice self-care, because a lot of people think that self-care is the bubble baths, the day spas. Yeah, that's
Yes.
part of it. That's part of self-care, but that's not the only thing. That's what it gets associated with, but
Mhm.
can you help the people
Yes,
understand more what it is?
I will be even talking about my experience that I had recently. I was like having a heart pain on palms, something like carpal syndrome, I would say. And I didn't like think, oh gosh, why me? I think about it. why is this happening to me? What I have to learn, especially from a personal and spiritual level, because every client I do have, and when they tell me or I see in them energetically that some organ of them is not functioning, or that they have something, a physical manifested illness or stuff, I know exactly how to put on a spiritual level why mentally this thing is like happening to us. So the palms, what are the palms? We give and we receive with the palms. So I have to learn actually to receive more, because I'm kind of having this mental attitude of a giver, and sometimes I'm so about that I even forget to receive, even if that thing is, I don't know, compliment or a gift or something. So I was like, put it from the, I would say, the law of attraction, my beliefs and the universe and everything that I'm presenting. Stop a bit and find out why the palms are hurting you. So I've just decided that I have to learn how to relax more to receive something from somebody. And when I've learned that and start to work on that, is just, everything was, my palms stopped hurting me and stuff like that, because I learned how to also receive, not only give, because it's a normal circulation of energy. So how do I do my self-care routines? I always listen my body, because our body can be great reminders for us if something is not so quite well, or high vibrating into our unconscious mind or our energetic algorithm. So when we have some kind of a pain somewhere, or problem with certain organ or stuff like that, we can also watch what's going on onto a spiritual and mental level in our life, and what we can do to fix it. So as a self-care day routine, I always listen to my body, what my body is trying to tell me. I don't stay when I'm thirsty or something like that, because then you have to drink some water or stuff like that. But if I have some kind of a pain, and this pain doesn't have to be hard, before the physical illness is going to actually manifest in a life, it can take years, a lot of years, because our body are actually strong. They're like perfect, I would say, functional organisms. And to develop like certain disease based on our mindset stuff, we have a couple of years. But you're going to have some kind of disbalance or a pain, as I was having into my palms. So it reminded me, learn more to receive for you and stuff like that gather us. I also love to work on my manifestation modalities for a self-care day routine, and get more perfect in a balance of a visualization. So yeah, that is my self-care day routine too, to be grounded with your family members, to also, be happy with the things that you have in your life now. Is it when you're reading a book, be grateful that I read that book, the value I'm getting from it. I'm really trying to uh, uh, um, in a self day care routine, be really present and grounded about the moment now, what I'm feeling and achieving. It's different when I'm doing visualizations for the future, or I'm manifesting something in the future, or on a vision board or something like that. But in a self, I also love to be grounded, connected with like with you now. I know I'm talking to you. I know that we're sharing valuable tips. And this is something, because when we're grounded, I would say our senses are totally in that moment. And when our senses in our mindset are totally in that moment, we remember that moment much longer than when we are not grounded. We are aware of that moment, and in the feeling, in the mind, in our energetical algorithm. And that is why it's important to be present in everyday moment. So yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I do on everyday basis. It's a lot of learning. It's a lot of stuff that is going to come into my life, that I maybe, for 10 years, I'm going to hear myself, this what we're talking about, and said, oh my God, that was so, today I know so much more. But until then, and yes, what is also in my self-care day routine is that I don't blame myself if I didn't know something on a time, because everything like I needed to know is coming to me into divine timing, into divine process. I trust in a process that I choose to live. Yes, so this is like the main stuff that I do in my everyday routine. So what do you do, for this self-care, except the bubbles and bubble baths and, stuff like that?
Yeah, I love that you mentioned about being mindful, because that's a very important part of self-care as well. Because right now, because of everything that's happening, everything
Hmm.
is so instant. Everything is so instant right now. A text here, a message here, an email, a Facebook notification, everything can come at an instant. We have so many factors that are external factors that are coming at us every single second of the day, that it's really hard to be focused on one thing, be mindful and present on one thing that you're doing right now. So you could be in a meeting talking to someone, but on the side you're texting someone else or you're
Yeah.
emailing someone else, and that really hurts your mind, your brain even more. You think that by multitasking you're able to get more things done, but it's actually counterproductive, because you're like having the focus of your
Yes.
brain, so you're not doing the two things um, with quality. You're doing them like
Yes.
half and half. Yeah. So being mindful, being present is a form of self care, I would say. And it's taken me a lot of time as well in order to understand how to really use it, because I myself have been a multitasker and just jumping from one task to another. And I am always drained right after work because of multitasking and switching from one thing to
Yeah.
another. So I try to, as a form of self care, I try to focus on one thing, one task at hand, and really do a quality job with that task, and then shift to
Mhm.
another instead of like keep shifting from one thing to
Yes.
another. So
Jumping.
one, yeah.
Mhm.
So one tip that I could give is that, for example, you're working on one project and an external factor would come in, like a phone call that you have to answer. So you answer the phone call, your colleague explains something about another project. Instead of
Mhm.
instead of immediately working on it, what your colleague said about this and that on this project, write it down, write everything down, and then go back to it later. Go back
Yes.
to the initial project that you were working on and just finish that task. And then when you're done with that task, you can work on the next one, instead of, okay, my colleague called, he said that it's an emergency, that we have to finish it right now, so I'll do this, and then go
Mhm.
back, and then another call, and then go to this
Yes.
one.
And
So
then you're not
you're
effective
having a,
anywhere.
yeah,
And you're not
yeah.
happy with yourself because somehow in your subconscious, you know that you can do it better, but you cannot do it better if you're unfocused, if your focus is like everywhere and not on the task that you do. And this is a great strategy actually for everybody who is in a business owning, one project at a time, because you cannot like do them a million and then, have extravagant results and, or ask yourself, you're gonna have like, what do you like invest in that moment? That's what you're gonna get from that moment right back. So yeah, this is a great explanation that you actually said that multitasking is actually not your friend. For a lot of time, there are generations who were thinking that multitasking is your friend and is going you somewhere bigger, but it's actually not. The focus is something that is like leading you to a certain kind of a path that you actually want to experience, and you want to experience it good and well and
Yeah.
fantastic. So no multitasking all the time, be present and project at a time, as you said. Cheers to that.
Yeah. And you also mentioned about relating it to business. So I just also want to touch on that. That as for me as a social media manager, I previously thought that I had to be on all platforms. So I was creating
Mhm.
content for LinkedIn, for Facebook, for Twitter, for Instagram, for my blog, and I was spreading myself too thin. And now I just niched down to Instagram and Facebook and my blog,
Mhm.
and not really focusing on all the others. And being the expert on those three platforms that I am confident with. And it's just like with everything in life, you can't do everything. You're going to
Yeah.
be the jack of all trades, but master of none. So it's good to explore different things here and there, and put your hand in different types of pots and see what your interests are and discover new passions and interests. But it's
Mhm.
also good to know where you stand, where you can focus your energy on the most, because this is where you would be able to get the most benefit. So, for example, for me, it would be on my business, focusing on my business instead of doing so many other things here and there. So that's another tip to help grow your business with that growth mindset and self-care.
Yes. When I first started, with the social medias and put my work there, I was also so confused. Where should I? Is it Facebook? Is it LinkedIn? Is it this, that? There are so many apps and platforms that are, fantastic for work. But when you start alone, you really have to pick one, two, or stuff where you're gonna like put your self out and then hold to that, hit to that. Because when you're gonna like try to put your work everywhere all day, you're gonna putting all your work, and when you're putting all your work, you don't really have a time for clients. When you're gonna do, like, if you're just there on this, on Pinterest, on Instagram, you're everywhere, and your job is suffering. You're asking yourself, why do you don't have quality results or anything? So as you said, I totally agree. Pick one niche, for the platforms that are just like, and then you do them, because it's also a fantastic way to reach the audience, to find the audience, because someone is going to also say, oh my God, the recommendation for that person, or going to start to work your following you. I wanted to say that my clients are just coming from somebody who never liked my one post or anything. So I don't even know they're there, right? And then in my inbox, somebody came that he's like watching my work for quite time, and that he chose me to be his healer or a therapist, or in this area that he wants to work and progress in a life in a different way. So sometimes I just want to say, don't worry if social media doesn't show you that you have like 3 million likes per one something, because you see the views, and there are a lot of people who are just dedicatedly watching your work, and they're going to contact you. So yeah, don't give up if you started with the social media and you don't know what's going on. If you don't know what's going on your social media, you definitely should hire Kim, because she's going to explain you what's going on and how to deal with everything that is bothering you. So yes, but definitely pick your niche on the where you're going to publish yourself when you're starting your business and stuff like that, and just put values in your content, and the people will watch. People are craving for solutions for the problems that they have, and if you give them that value, they're gonna like come to you and say, I love the things that you share, I love it, they helped me so much, and I want some more help about it. So please, let's continue doing our work together. Yeah.
Love that. Yeah. Sometimes we think that the number of followers, the number of likes and
Yes.
comments on our post is what is important for our business, but it's actually the clients that's important in our
Yeah.
business, because clients and sales are the lifeblood of your business. Social media and putting content out there is a way to get clients, to attract clients. It's good, of course, to have this good number of followers, um, a lot of engagement in your posts, in your content, but that's not um,
Yes, that's true.
the main thing to look at in order to see if your business is being successful and is if it's growing. So just like you said, just continue to put content out there, to put quality content out there,
Yes.
and if you're seeing that it's not working, if not a lot of people are engaging, use it as a platform or as an experience in order to see, okay, why isn't it working? Maybe I should try this other type of content. Use it as a learning experience instead of
Yes,
saying,
yes,
oh,
don't
okay, I
stay there,
won't be
why me?
yeah.
Because there's so much to learn. What are you doing? You
Your
want
dog is so
she wants
cute.
to cuddle. I'm just too much not paying attention on her, so she's just like pissed off right now. Mwah.
So cute.
Yeah, I know. I love her so much. Yeah. So yeah, she totally unfocused me. I wasn't multitasking. I focused on her right now. What were we saying?
Of course, yeah, she's so cute.
You're here. You're cute. Oh yes, yes. We talked about, yeah. You don't have enough engagement. That's nothing if you're having a clients and someone who is
Mm.
following your work. And if you don't have engagement and you don't have a clients, then it's probably something in your strategy you must do. And the best way is like to invest in yourself and learn stuff that you're missing pieces of a puzzle, and definitely hire a coach. I am a coach, and I many times hired a coach for myself to learn some valuable tips, how to start this, how to engage about this and stuff like that. So it's nothing bad if you're already coach in one. You're not a coach in every niche in the world. You're in one niche coach, and that's why there's so many different coaches and strategists that can actually help you, who develop their life and knowledge to serve you. So definitely you can also do that, to hire someone who's going to help you. What? You're missing me. You're missing me. I'm sorry. It's just nothing I can do.
She wants to join the talk.
Yeah. Come on, talk, Lottie. Say something. You're so beautiful. Okay.
How old is she?
Oh my God. She's like 7 months. Did you just kiss me with a tongue in my mouth? You did. You did. You did. I will be yours. Maybe we're not going to be able to continue today anymore, because if I put her out, she's going to bark so hard, and that is I won't put you out. I'm sorry I said that. No, I'm sorry. Just see how she looks at me. Put me out. I won't put you out. Maybe this is for today, Kim. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Hey, yeah, I'm yours. I'm yours.